Hello. Hello, and welcome to the Zooming Hoosk podcast. And I'm your host, Dustin DaHusky.
And Spidey Sourpuss.
And after the holidays, did you have a good holidays?
I had a good holidays.
And that's not hollandaise.
Huh?
Hollandaise. It's
Holland-
not. It is not hollandaise. It's
no
not.
hollandaise.
No, but
Holidays.
holidays.
What's hollandaise?
It's a sauce. Anyway,
What kind of sauce is it?
I have no idea. It is a sauce, but I forget exactly what it is. Hello.
I
Hello.
want
Alpha.
to try it.
So, you get invited to my family's
Crap.
holiday.
I already got ranch sauce on my suit.
That's to be expected. That's what happens when you be
Surrounded by food.
Spider-Man,
Oh, God.
and when you're
It's going to go right in the wash.
there we go. I have to say though, for a holiday party, it was pretty calm.
Oh, yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering the last time you've been to one of them,
Yeah.
they're pretty loud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're insanely loud. Why they're loud, I don't know. I think it's because we have to be around a big giant ass table.
Yeah.
And then like 2 or 3 other separate conversations across the damn table, to then which each one of them get louder over the other.
Yep.
And I'm sure this happens with a lot of families, but oh my God, for us it's bad. After a while, I stop talking, and in fact, I don't say 2 words
Just
much
sit
at the
back and
table.
listen.
I just sit back and listen. I eat, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Then I go out and about, and I do my own thing again.
Yep.
But this past year was pretty relaxing.
Yep.
And since we're still in the holiday season, because really, if you really think about it, there's only ever one time of the whole year is it considered a holiday season, ever.
Mhm.
And you know what that is? It's holiday. Oh no, it's Christmas Eve. Then there's Hanukkah,
All right.
and then you've got also Kwanzaa. You've got Kwanzaa, but also New Year's Eve. There is so many different holidays going on all at once
Yes.
that it's technically considered a grouping of holidays to call it a holiday season.
Yes.
Otherwise, there's so many other holidays that are so spread apart that it almost, like the first 5 months of every year, there's nothing.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, after May, there is holidays throughout the year, at least once a month.
Right.
Really, June, there's like Father's Day. May is Father's Day is in May, Mother's Day is in June.
You're
But they're
skipping
not really
past
recognized by the government.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day,
St.
yeah.
Patrick's Day.
I mean, they're all holidays,
Easter.
but they're not major holidays that, you would stay home celebrating.
Mm-hmm.
Although St. Patrick's Day, a lot of people skip out of work to get drunk all day. But then again, most people do anyway during
They
work,
also do that during 4th of July.
which I think, I don't know. The thing is with like holidays and with my industry, we'll never have a day off on a holiday because we're always working.
Yeah.
We have to. So I'm at 2, which actually really holidays are fun when you get off. Now that I have off so far oh yeah, that's right. Saturdays I'm not working.
Right.
Like for New Year's Day, I'm not working on New Year's Day. So that's actually really cool. I don't know if New Year's Eve for us is considered a holiday in which we get paid for. I think it's just an ordinary day, which frankly, honestly, as much as it's bringing in the new year, I'm going to rant about it.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve. It's a fun way to bring in the new year. Not a big deal as this country or the world thinks it actually is.
Yeah.
In the sense that you need to have a day off for it. It's good to get the day off because you know that people are going to be drunk anyway. So there's a reason why that people take off is because they know that they're going to be barely functioning the next day.
Yeah.
That's why it is off. It's not because, oh, yes, we got to celebrate. It's another sanctified holiday that we must stay. No. It's because everyone is getting drunk, and
We're drinking Wisconsinably.
And by the time that they reach work, you only have like half an hour left, and they go back home because they have to maintain they have to maintain their hangover, so that somewhat, I guess. I don't know. Holidays are interesting.
Yep.
But this is the one time of the year where it's so busy. And you know what? Christmas music. They've been playing it since the week of Thanksgiving. One year, they were doing it 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, which was dumb. I don't know why. I think that was like 2018 or 2019. I forget what year they did 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, and that was dumb. But Christmas music. My thought was, you really wanted to get into the Christmas spirit, in the mood for the holidays and whatnot. Make every single goddamn radio channel play Christmas music until the end of the year. And you know what? The day after Christmas, they all stop playing. Except for one local channel. 93.3 will continue to play Christmas music until until tomorrow. Tomorrow night is when they will switch over from their ordinary into the new year. They go back to the regular programming.
When my work started playing music?
The
day after Halloween.
Yeah. I noticed that some stores will play Christmas music nearly the day of, before, or after Halloween. I know Christmas is supposed to be a good time of year where...
Well, that's corporate America.
Well, that's corporate America to get you to keep buying stuff.
Yep.
I'm at a point in life where I can afford stuff. It's just I'm so damn busy and really focusing on my own things that I could probably give someone a gift card. But as far as gifts, if I know you enough, I will get you something that you will like that you don't have, because it's awkward to give someone something that they already have. But a lot of people would rather buy what they would want to have anyway. So, give them a $50 gift card. $25 to $50 is a good considerable amount.
Yeah.
Anything less than 25, even 20 that's okay. But you could get something with $20, but you have to pay more with that $20, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it doesn't always get you what you want. And if you don't spend all of it, it just cashes out anyway.
Right. And of course, my aunt every year will give me a check of $20. It's dumb. Just give me a $20 bill.
Yeah.
I can see $50, $150, $200.
But don't waste a check on $20.
$50.
What you're saying.
But a $20 check is a waste of my time. But then again, if I'm going to the bank to cash in all the other checks that I've gotten,
it doesn't matter.
It really don't matter. But it's just it's an odd curiosity that I'm giving $20 on a check.
Why waste a check?
Why waste a check for that? Yeah, checks cost money.
Yeah.
And I'm a rarity among young people to still use checks.
You do use checks?
Yeah. Most people pay online. To me, I find that dangerous. That at the right time of the month, when a credit card will automatically deduct from your checking account if you don't have enough, or if you're not sure, or for whatever reason, it's going to take out. Shit happens. Not saying that it won't happen. It's when you need the money.
Right.
And you need it to spread it across 3 days before you do want to pay.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Checks are just as dangerous.
As far as what?
Well, I had an issue happen where...
a check didn't go through?
No. I mailed a check out. Somebody washed them.
Washed?
Yep. They did check washing.
Okay, explain.
Basically, there's a chemical that you can use that lifts ink off of paper and dries fast enough so the paper doesn't get warped or damaged or anything.
Hmm.
And they took those 3 checks that I had used to pay my bills. I was living in Naperville at the time. Hold on. I was living in Naperville, which is right next to Aurora, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And those 3 checks all ended up back in my own bank. My own bank. Each of them was written for like $675. And within a hour to hour and a half time period, the person that got a hold of these checks showed up as me, saying they were me. Big, tall, 6'2" black man in a fedora hat. Very loud, very like welcoming, and everybody in the whole place heard him and knew who he like. He wasn't like being quiet and suspicious. He was loud. He was the opposite of what you would expect a scammer to be like.
That's already painting a red flag.
Which is why it worked so well, because they were just like, yep. And he wrote the checks to cash, and they just gave him the money right out of my checking account. They didn't ask for an ID.
Wait, so you wrote a check to yourself?
No, I did not.
No. I'm saying the guy wrote a check to himself.
Yeah.
That's already a red flag. Why would
my mom did that? My mom wrote checks to cash.
See, a lot of banks don't do that.
She didn't a lot, especially now. But back then, we're talking like it was probably about 15, 20 years ago.
This happened back then?
Yep.
Okay, so that could not happen with checks today.
No. But if you had my ID, it could. But my point is, it's still a danger. You're not completely.
Your cards can be read.
Yeah, your cards can be read.
Or whatever it's called. It can be scanned too. Yeah. Money is already being counterfeited anyway. With checks, that can happen. However,
that check can be written to somebody else.
The problem is with that. In your example, back then, that's just a piss poor bank. They could have done a lot more to say, hey, why are you like the number one question any bank tailor would probably tell yourself if you or you is, why did you write yourself a check when you were in the bank right now? You could ask for withdrawal of money. That's the first red flag to say, why are you doing it in this way?
My mom did that. My mom wrote checks to cash.
And if they say, okay, then we're going to do it, I need to see a form of ID and your bank membership card.
We didn't ask for that stuff back then.
And you know what probably happened? If you really went to your own bank, that's almost a guarantee they would have asked for ID and a membership card or a membership number. And whoever was doing the money actually let you down. They forgot to probably ask, thinking, oh, yeah, it is you. Did it without thinking.
Actually, from what I understand, they did check his ID. And he had an ID that said Joe Winters.
With your address?
The name matched the account. It was a fake ID.
So you could have lived on Bubblegum Avenue.
Right.
That's still not enough. You still need a bank ID. That's different from your ordinary ID. When they ask you for identification, they'll first ask for your bank number. Then they will ask for your actual ID. That's two-step right there. Back then.
Then we didn't have the little card that you get from the bank.
See, now that's actually sketchy.
Yeah.
The check failed you, but your bank did it for you.
Yep.
The check could have been the first thing to, oh, yeah, this is a problem. Why is this happening? Normally, people go in to get money from their own bank accounts instead of through a check.
Yep.
That was the first red flag. They decided, okay, we'll let this go. But the thing that would have caught them was, do you know your bank account number to do this?
Yeah.
Because regardless if you're taking in or out, my bank will always ask, which is actually already on the check number.
Yep.
Oh my God, yeah, that is kind of fucking the way how that. See, honestly, if I were a bank teller, I'd say, why are you giving me a check to yourself?
Yep.
That's a big
It's
no-no.
sketch. It's sketch.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah, they've obviously updated their fucking Christ. They've updated their policy since then.
I think a lot of banks do, because I think a lot of people got screwed doing that.
Right. The problem is the more
most
people
specific
you get with rules and regulations, the more loopholes you create.
Mm-hmm. See, with banks, there are certain means to make sure that your identity is safe because they don't want to afford to pay for their fuck-ups to you.
Mm-hmm.
So they're actually doing pretty damn good. But I like credit unions because they're a little bit more honest. But credit union or bank, they will own up to you if they made a mistake, but they don't like doing that because they know that they're going to be losing money on it to keep you as a customer.
Yep.
Because it was their fuck-up.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, they then fire the person who did make the fuck-up so it won't happen again. Most banks will want to try to avoid... it's like with my bank and my credit card companies have asked me, hey, is there some suspicious activity on your card or your account? They've asked me, and I can either confirm or deny what was going on.
Right.
It's like when I paid for my current car with a $5,000 check, my bank called me and say, hey, there was a check of $5,000 for the down payment of a car at such and such dealership. I just want to make sure that this is you. And like, yeah, I made sure of that. Gave him the check number. Gave him just really basic information. They're like, oh, okay, just wanted to make sure.
Right.
And then there's even credit card company that even asked me, hey, there's been a suspicious activity on your card. We just wanted to like double check. You bought some stuff in Texas. Most of your buying information as far as location of where it's not like an online site. This was an in-store purchase of something.
I was in Texas.
And most cases, it's normally in the states of Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, places where I go to cons, go to events and whatnot. But something, and they have this information for the last 12, 13, 14 years of just my credit information. Right. They can already see I never leave the Midwest. Then all of a sudden, I have something in Texas. They asked me, hey, we just noticed that, you've got you have a little blip on your account suddenly in Texas. You bought gas in your town of New Berlin the night before. Now you're in Texas, but then you went to Speedway gas station in the suburb of Milwaukee the same day. We knew that this could not have been you. So they not only rescinded the purchase, it didn't go to my account.
Is this something that actually happened?
Yeah. They didn't tell me exactly what. I think it was like $600 that they tried to use or something. And the credit card company was like, yeah, they know me well because I've been their customer for 14 years.
How long ago did this happen?
When I was at Marsh. So 2020. Yeah, it was actually, I don't know if it was in 2020 or 2019. I forget, but they called during my lunch break, and I just said, hey, no, I didn't make any purchases. They didn't tell me what it was, but they say that there was a $600 charge in Dallas, Texas.
They must have had a security breach because mine happened around the same time,
or something like that. And they say, okay, we just wanted to make sure something seemed out of order. We just wanted to make sure that if this was a legit purchase or not, and we just wanted to make sure. So this kind of security is good today because it has to be.
Right.
And because of that, they want to at least make sure that, because if people lost faith in them, no one would ever use their services, which is huge. Because their business is entirely
Based
your
on
faith of using their services.
right.
And if you can't have any faith in that, they run out of business because
Yep.
eventually people won't want to use them anymore.
Right.
So, but yeah, but like going back to checks, most people today just have their stuff take out of their account online.
Yep.
I don't like that idea because I can at least have the power and the control of when that check goes out in the mail.
Right.
When if I'm waiting for a paycheck on a certain day, and I can hold off sending that bill for 3 days for it, and then put it in the mail.
Yep.
I will do that. Online services will do it automatically. You can change it, but that means it changes it for that from that point on. Now you're really kind of playing with fire if you keep changing with stuff just because you lost something.
Maybe.
No, it's alright. You'll find it. You'll.
I'll step on it.
Yeah. And since it's oats, it's gonna hurt you. So.
No, as a raisin.
That
wouldn't hurt.
Oh, okay. So it's awful for you for your check that actually. Now the question was, did you get your money back from that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it still didn't hurt you that much.
No.
It worked, but they were able to recover your money in the end anyway. So really,
both times, both with my old bank and then with.
So the check failed you, but the bank itself didn't. It's really, really damaging when both how the check managed to get through and the bank does nothing about. That's when you really have to consider, which is why they wanted to keep your business. Because they say, hey, if we can at least show that we want to help him and fix this for him,
right,
he will not change.
Because at that point, I had already been banking there since I was like 10 or 12 years old.
You were a young goose.
So probably 10 or 15 years of
like banking in the same spot.
Right. So I've got some notes here. These are podcast notes.
Okay, so let's hear them.
I'm just going to read them off.
Okay.
It sounds a little odd. I have no context for this.
Is this something we both discussed or no?
This is stuff that just popped in my head yesterday.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay.
So the first thing is blood farts and neck beards.
All right.
Who's got them? Who wants them?
This is actually deep, in-depth conversation.
Blood farts.
Blood
Who's
farts.
got them? Who wants them? Who needs them?
Have you ever wiped your ass hard enough to where that blood was starting to come out?
Yes, many times.
It's like your ass starts chafing, not because of
too many wipes.
Not just because of the rub of the day, not just because that you took a deuce.
Not just because you wipe your ass with sandpaper.
It's just you're wiping your ass so much and it feels like sandpaper that you're actually bleeding from your ass.
No.
It's not that you have problems with your ass. You're just rubbing your ass way too much with friction that you're actually caught. Yeah.
My poor ass.
My poor ass.
My poor ass. Neck beards.
No. That one scene from Tropic Thunder of Jack Black like holding his ass, and it's like Ben Stiller like kind of looking around in a fog of war, and you just see Jack Black on his back, and he's got his both legs. I want to reenact this.
Go ahead.
So kind of like doing this. And he's like, my ass, just kind of like shaking around.
I remember that. Jack Black is so funny,
dude. He's an absolute beat, and that movie was insane.
Yep. So blood farts.
Blood farts. And then apparently neck beards.
Neck beards?
So I think for a short time I tried a neck beard just to see what it was like. And for those that know me very, very well, my facial hair stops growing after about 5 to 6 months. It will stop and refuse to grow. No matter how long. And I think I may have had facial hair for like 8 to 10 months, the longest I've ever had it, and never gone a full year with facial hair, but it was during a whole year of college where I didn't do a whole lot of reenacting, so I could keep the beard. Didn't do a whole lot much of anything. Just grew out everything. It just would stop after
See, what I don't understand is, I kind of look that way just a little bit. This looks full to me. It looks fuller than it was.
It would still probably stop growing.
You don't have any.
Oh no, I have nothing here.
Yeah.
There is nothing that grows here. I can make a goatee, make something look cool, and I won't do shit with it because you know why? It just doesn't grow.
For some reason,
nothing here that will grow.
What is a Fu Manchu?
Isn't it like a really?
Oh, it comes down.
Yeah,
that's a Fu Manchu.
I could do a Fu Manchu. It would look weird, but I'd be able to do it.
My history teacher in high school, who was also the football coach, had a Fu Manchu.
Isn't it the same kind of beard that like Hulk Hogan would have, and like the Barbarian from Clash of Clans?
Yeah.
Yeah. But neck beards. I have. Ugh, there were so many furries and so many people in college that had them, and I have legitimately knew someone who was milady.
Oh God.
Largish man, goatee, Fu Manchu, with mostly neck beard. It was just mostly a neck beard with a gray fedora. Really, really nice guy. Could not fault him. But he was a total milady. But even actually the women were like, he's harmless.
Yeah.
And he really was just harmless. It was just, he was a nice guy. He was not overbearing to any girl. He was just being friendly, being nice and whatnot, but he never overstepped.
That was the way, his way about him.
Right. But he was totally a milady dude without being an awkward milady dude, if that makes sense. So he was actually pretty chill. I actually liked hanging out with him. So, you know, typical milady dude, but he's all right, though.
Yeah. I think we've done that subject. We can kind of come back if we need to. Here's something else that did come up that.
Oh, before we do that, with beards, you can hide pencils in it.
What?
You can hide pencils in your beard. Because my friend Corey, I would stick so many pens and pencils in his beard. Then he would just like, oh, and just like many sharp pointy things explode out of his neck.
It also depends on the coarseness and
he has a beautiful beard. It's dense.
The density.
Like it could be considered steel wool and battleship armor.
Wow.
It was.
That's a beard. That's a beard for the ages.
He actually chiseled his beard. It could probably chisel through wood.
That's a beard for the ages.
Okay, now I'm done with beard.
Okay. So, as you know, I have an infatuation with wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through photos from one school where they just have literally just years of matches archived.
Is this Nathan Hale?
No. This college.
Oh,
okay. Because I wouldn't do what I do to them. So okay. One wrestler that I came across, he must have been 180, 170, had a bloody ass area.
Wait, he was bleeding from his ass?
It wasn't bleeding, but it was bloody.
So did the other guy rip his ass ear off?
No.
Because I know sometimes that happens when you rip an ear off. So the other guy, he had an ass ear, and he was, going for the and then accidentally ripped an ear out. I'm like, oh, that shouldn't be there. Oh, hey, I'm sorry, man. Hey, don't worry about it. I'll just put it back on. Let's, wrestle. So then he wrestled without his ass ear.
What's an ass ear? Why do you call it ass ear?
I have no idea. I'm just thinking it's an ass ear because it's like missing an ear now. It's like I can hear my farts in high definition.
You're so weird.
Just like absolutely. Oh my god.
Well, the only reason I knew it was bloody was because the singlet was white.
Oh.
And you can tell when it's shit. It's
Yeah.
brown.
Well, it's brown. I mean, look at
Brown,
any
flush it down.
look at any football game. Any team with white pants, you know what? That is bravery. Because some guys accidentally shit during a game.
Yep.
Sometimes you want to squat just before they hike the ball. Then all of a sudden, that power squat, you leave a little bit in. You get a Hershey squirt. And now you got a brown stain. But now a wrestling singlet that is blood during a match. And is he currently wrestling?
You think about just like shit in a football uniform.
That's
it's
awful.
Like trying to get out, but it can't.
It's like a foot. Oh my God, it comes out. It comes out like a football.
It's like, I want to come out, but I can't.
First down. No, that'd be second down.
No, that's more like a touchdown, really.
No, it's second down because it's number 2. Oh my God, I made a shit joke. Okay.
Yep.
Never mind. So how and why? Why is it red? Did he explode a nut or something?
I don't know. I think he just had bloody farts. Blood farts.
That's it. Now that's an actual issue. Having blood farts.
Yeah.
There's one thing. If you wipe your ass clean, because you want to be clean, and then you're using like 2 grit sandpaper, which is literally 2 small rocks, you're absolutely cleaning your ass, and then you bleed a bit, you know what? You just want to be clean. That's okay. But when you're just randomly fart blood, you got to get that checked.
I mean, he may have a, what do you call it? When a vessel pops.
Oh, so, I mean, it's not a hemorrhoid. No, it's not a, it's, a hernia's in your gut, a hemorrhoid's in your ass, but
hemorrhoid.
A hemorrhoid.
I had a hemorrhoid.
Is it actually engorged with blood?
Yes.
Oh.
It's actually filled with blood.
Wait, what?
It's filled with blood.
Oh.
Like most of your body is.
So what do? They just kind of like poke at it and just drain?
What they did to me was she popped it back in. Because the way an asshole works, it has a bunch of... The sphincter itself is like a collection of muscles.
It's a pie.
Right.
It's the ass pie.
And one of the muscles got filled with blood and popped out like a little balloon, like a little miniature, almost looked like a thumb, like half of a thumb sticking out next to your asshole.
Oh.
So she went and just popped it back in. This is me. Again, sharing all my personal information with the world. And then a week later, it popped back out again. And then she decided, well, we have to do surgery then.
So what do?
Well, what happens is it gets filled with blood and then it hardens.
Because, of course, the blood eventually hardens.
So once it hardens, they cut it out.
So almost initially when it happened, it should have been pushed back in so that the blood stays warm, goes back, circulates back in.
Right.
And then it's not an issue.
Right. So,
but because it, was out, congealed.
Since I'm sharing this with the world.
We're talking about ass, so we may as well. We're sorry, Alpha.
Sorry, Alpha, you have to endure this.
We're talking
all
so
by
much.
Yourself.
We're talking so much about ass, but that's like half of every episode.
Brought to us by International Delight.
Ooh, look at that
nice
beautiful coffee. It's actually a glass. It's just in the shape of a cardboard box.
So cut to my surgery.
Okay.
It's the day of my surgery. I had to fast a little bit so they didn't have a lot of shit in there. And I was awake for it, but they numbed the area, the butt.
Okay.
And the guy goes in. He's like, he started testing to see if I could feel anything. He would just push on it. Can you feel anything? Nope. And then he stuck me with something, or he did another shot just to make sure that I wouldn't feel anything. Then he asked me, did you feel that shot? And I said, no, I did not. So he starts cutting it open, and it just felt like somebody was going like this to me. Like rubbing my butt. That's what it felt like. It just felt like kind of a... but he was actually cutting open or slicing open the flesh.
Oh.
Yes. And then he asked me if I wanted to see it. And I said, no, thank you. He said, well, here it is. It looked like a little black marble.
Huh.
Yeah. And he asked me if I'd like to keep it, and I said, sure. And he said, well, you can't. And he chucked it in the bin.
So wait a minute. Okay, hold on. There's a big problem with that. I have a big problem with that. All right. So there you are, laying on your tummy, and someone is playing with your ass to make it feel better, so you can feel better. Wait, did it hurt when it hardened up?
What do you mean?
Like before the surgery?
No.
It's just when it did happen.
The only time it really hurt ever was when I shit.
All the time?
No. Anytime I would poop, the hemorrhoid hurt.
All the time?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. So pretty much your quality of life actually kind of
improved.
Well, it improves when it's gone. It's just okay.
It was just you're afraid to poop after a while. But everybody poops, just like the book.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
By Morgan Freeman. Mouse makes a mouse poop. And an elephant makes an elephant poop.
Okay, Morgan Freeman.
Okay. Actually, I can't do Morgan Freeman voice.
That wasn't bad.
I'm gonna cry.
So
he says, "Do you want to see it?" And you said no. At that point, no. Then he shows it to you anyway. You're gonna see it anyway, and then he says, "Hey, do you want to keep it?" Like, okay, fine. I've seen it. I may as well keep it. Sure, I'll name him Bob. Nope. And then there. So now your heart is broken twice.
Yep.
Actually, no. Your senses are robbed once. Your heart is broken once. So there we go.
Yeah. Basically a setup. The whole guy with the ice cream cone thing where he tries to give the kid the treat, but every time he does, he switches it out. You ever see that video?
No.
There's a trick that like the Spanish guys do with they have two cones.
Does this involve ass?
No, nothing to do with ass at all.
Whoa. When did we start talking about ice cream now?
Well, just now.
Wait a minute. The ice cream is for the ass.
Yes.
No way!
No.
Ass ice cream.
Yes, ice cream.
Just put it in the ass. I got a cone, and it's not where you think it is.
Anyway.
I'm borrowing my seat.
So this, I don't even know why I put this in here, but so after the bloody ass area on the white singlet could only mean one thing.
He has a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, hemorrhoid. Then I have a statement. This is just a statement. Wrestling butts are the best butts.
Okay.
Which is true. They're very muscular.
They're very, very well muscled.
Especially that one guy. I forget his name.
It's like a dick guillotine.
Yep. If straight men don't wipe their ass thoroughly.
Oh my God! Yes, this.
Okay. Because it makes them gay. Then wrestling opponents better be more than okay with their hands smelling like poo.
Oh, is that part of that? Oh.
Yeah.
So I take it a lot of the wrestling community is also very anti-gay.
A lot of it.
Yet you grapple. You're grappling your friend's ass and balls.
There's a lot of contact.
And your friend might be shoving his balls in your face, kind of like two dogs having fun, playing around, and when one pins the other, your dog friend's ass might be on your dog face.
Yeah.
So, in the ordinary animal kingdom world, looking at balls and ass should just be, balls and ass. Okay, it's a Tuesday. Nope. In wrestling, it's like, I'm gonna touch your ass. It's not gay. And I'm going to say that it's not gay because I'm not actually touching your ass.
A lot of them won't admit this, but
won't touch ass.
A lot of them do get hard.
Oh, yeah.
because it's just a natural bodily reaction to all the touching and grabbing.
Which I'm more led to believe that everyone's bisexual
Right.
from the get-go, and then you become one or the other in time. It really becomes preference in time. I really think that humanity, like every single animal race, we're all born bi.
Yeah.
And because there is such a thing as gay dogs, gay lions.
A lot of gay lions.
A lot of gay lions, yeah.
We've watched videos.
Hell, I mean, two wolves will go at each other if it's just two males. But then again, they tend to do their own pack, but it is possible.
Yep.
Goats, horses. Seriously, though,
Animals.
like, just think about it. We're all hardwired to be bi, to go either way. When there's too much of a population,
things even out.
Things even out because it's like, oh, okay, cool. With a lot of the animal kingdom, they do that. Then when their species is threatened due to overhunting or drought or famine or whatnot, they become more heterosexual to maintain, their species' existence. And then when they can get to a nice level and whatnot, oh yeah, there's all the gay orgies on the Sahara and the jungles, the woods in Siberia. Everyone's just getting it on. I think with us, with kind of like going into a small sort of tangent, it's like with us and the human species on planet Earth. There are 8 billion fuckers on this planet. Now, I would say back even 80 years ago, there's probably maybe 2.5 billion less people then as it is now.
Yeah.
And after 2 major world wars, a global pandemic in 1918 and such, okay, you want to increase your birth population to restore what was lost within your country. Now it's just ballooned globally because we just can't support. Which, to be honest, if this makes the whole planet gay, and that makes just butt sex just even better, you know what? Yes. This is like that. Actually, no, it has nothing to do with that one movie.
Looks like 2 different people's hands, doesn't it? Oh, Spidey. Oh, yes. Oh, Spidey.
But I have no idea why I'm getting onto this tangent. Let's move on to the next. Oh yeah, that's right. We're talking about people who don't wipe. You know what? No, you wipe your ass. You wipe your ass with sandpaper if you need to, and then you have a clean ass.
Yep.
Then you don't smell, and then you are contributing to society by not being pig pen with a instead of a dust whirlwind around him, it's going to be flies.
And I get it. There's some.
I'm afraid to touch my own ass, even in the shower when you want to just like clean around, wash around. But you're still afraid to touch your own ass. The thing about
that is too. It implies 2 things: that gay
They're
men
afraid of their own ass. No. The straight people are afraid of their own ass.
Right.
So I would better hope if you're straight and afraid of touching your own ass, I really hope to God that when you fart in the middle of the night, that you wake up and say, "Oh, who is that?" I want you to do what dogs and cats do when they fart. They don't know what's going on. Like, oh, who was that? See, that would be the reaction I would hope to see.
Smells like ass. Correct.
Oh. So you were saying?
Was I?
You were saying something.
I don't remember. You may have.
You were talking about men not washing their ass.
Oh, it implies 2 things, really. That number 1, all gay men have clean assholes.
Yes.
Which is not the case always.
No, but
I know people that don't wipe their ass as well. I do. I'm always ready for anything going up my butt. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
So what is the other implication?
I don't know. I guess that gay men are into
Butt sex.
poo. I don't know.
No. Okay, no. So, I don't fecal. I have no idea what
The other thing is this
shit
too.
play. Anyone likes shit play. It doesn't matter if you're bi, straight, gay, lesbian, whatnot. There's always someone. It's like with water sports. You know what? People like to get pissed on.
You're going to be into what you're into.
Yes. It don't matter with the sexuality. It's just what it is, and you just
Right.
got to find out what you like. Some men like boxers. Some men just like briefs. And then there's some that like boxer briefs. Some of them like Speedos.
Some like commando.
And some just don't wear anything at all.
Commando.
Yeah.
I mean, there's somebody that I know personally
That doesn't wash.
doesn't.
Wait.
They're into the other person not wiping.
Oh,
Very
I
well.
remember. Okay, you don't need to say any names.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to, because I'm not about that.
No. Well, I wouldn't want it on the show anyway. But I know who you're talking about, and they don't watch. But I'm not going to say the name.
No.
But pretty much, they will like to go months without wiping effectively, then wearing the same pair of underwear for that amount of time. Then what they like to ask of others to do is to say, hey, don't wipe, just go, wear the same underwear, and then send me your underwear in the mail so that I can inspect. You went
3 days.
You went 3 days, and then you said, nope,
3
this
days.
is not.
This just wearing the same underwear at 3 days, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah. And he was expecting you to do it for like a month.
Yep. I couldn't do it.
Just to get the stink. Now, there is a thing called musk. There's clean musk, and then there's unearthly, goddamn, you need a shower musk.
Yep.
Clean musk is when you're clean, you work a hard day's work, you get your own stank. But it's a nice stank because you know that it's clean. It's just, it is what it is.
Like even like fursuiting for 6 or 7 hours.
Right.
Like prior,
that's just
showering right before I get into suit.
That's just your own stench.
Sweating it out, getting out of suit, and I smell sweaty, but it's a clean sweat.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been accumulating for days and days and weeks and weeks.
You're not an actual timber wolf who's lived 5 years in the Yukon, who's never had a shower. Even though they are good boys, they've never had an actual shower to know what
Timberwolves
they
don't clean?
No, they like to rub. They actually like to bathe themselves in garbage. They will actually find dead things to rub on because they think it smells good. Which, to be honest, wolves and doggos will do that because they think it smells good. Anthro dogs, they like to stay clean and poofy and very, very fluffy. Except some just like to stink. Others just like to be clean and stink naturally.
Yes.
And then there's Hoosks, which we don't stink at all. We do not have wet dog smell.
Right here is Sylvester.
And Sylvester is crying.
Should we bring him down?
Nah, let's actually leave him upstairs.
Okay.
So what else is on your
that is
phone
it.
list? That's
the rest
it?
is all topics that we've already touched on. It's been a while, but I think MFF, furries, furry names. I shat myself before I went on a date. What Sylvester did on Wednesday. Being ghosted. Sadly, that's it. I had so many more notes before I factory resetted this thing. And werewolves. Werewolves are good.
Werewolves are very, very good boys.
They probably don't shower much either, though.
Unless you're an urban werewolf, and then you shower. But now you have to really watch out for your asshole. Not that, you want to actually stay clean, but your claws might get in the way and you might hurt yourself.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's why most werewolves shower with a brush.
Then you have more than
they have brushy. What's that?
What's the thing we talked about that I have with my butt?
Oh, a hemorrhoid.
You have a lot more than a hemorrhoid problem if you wipe with a cloth.
by accident, which is
Yeah.
why I think most urban werewolves will just have filed claws and whatnot, smell nice, brushed, groomed, heavily groomed, because of course, they're not savages like some werewolves, which they will lurk in the woods and have dingleberries for eons. Whereas an urban werewolf will go to the supermarket and look scary, but he's really a good boy. He's just well maintained.
I have this fantasy of like meeting a werewolf and him being dressed very dapper.
He would be a very good boy.
And would still mount me in the night.
Yeah, he would be destructive,
Yeah.
but in a good way though.
Yep.
And then probably after sex cuddles.
Yep. Can't get away from him.
Oh no, not that you physically can, and because you'll just like sleep time, and then you would just like cuddle you. Yeah.
Werewolves.
Let's see what else has happened besides Christmas has happened and
Does Alpha like werewolves? That's the question.
Oh, there's actually a subject. Speaking of Alpha, there is a subject that we can also talk about.
Yes.
Totally different from what we were talking about. Cooking. Alpha, I believe a month ago, so now we're finally getting to it. I keep forgetting, sorry. But he asked me if I liked cooking, and if so, what are some of my favorite things to cook, and what are some of my favorite ways of cooking. Mm-hmm. So quite a nice, cool, broad subject to talk about, and we'll probably both talk about that too. So I will say this. I enjoy cooking because you know what? Nothing beats a home-cooked meal. Unfortunately, I work such crazy hours, and I get, tired by the end of the day. Unfortunately, fast food. I would rather not want to eat fast food, but unfortunately, quick and dirty thing, then I could focus on my night.
Yeah.
Leaves dishes for someone else, in theory, in a business. And you just eat, and then you do what you need to do, and then get ready for the next day.
Right.
But there's always something amazing about home-cooked meals that just really taste so much better. It's cheaper, it's more healthier, and you get a lot more fun out of it. Plus, too, it's just so much more fun. So, my favorite ways of cooking, and then I'll go into more specifics of what I like to cook, and we can both talk about that. So, I like cooking. And I will say cooking over a stove, something I enjoy doing a lot. Let's see. Microwave cooking. Yeah, I'll toss something in. Granted, you're talking about TV dinners and whatnot. Something that I would make, but at least it's warmed up and it's still cheaper. May not be healthy, but at least it's not fast food. At least home TV dinners would be still healthier to eat than it would be to go to McDonald's and get, something. Yeah. So normally with with microwave meals, something made from scratch and not really using the microwave at all. Mostly stovetop with a pan, a pot, a wok, which I would like to get a wok because I do like pan frying rice, noodles, all sorts of things with sauces and whatnot. Pierogies. So pretty much, the frying, boiling, cooking aspect on an oven is, pretty basic, universal. And I enjoy doing that because you can do quite a lot on a stove. And including with the oven, if you're doing a casserole or such like that, which I've never actually done. Normally, I just go buy a casserole that you buy at the store and you put it in. That's as much casserole experience I know how to do. It would be fun to learn, but I just don't have the time and day. And when I do have time, I'm doing something else. So for me, quick and easy is just a pan, a pot on a stove, something like that. Now, my favorite thing I like doing over fire cooking food. over a tripod and a grill. Burgers, brats, wings. I do like my meats. Oh, I am very much a carnivore Hoosk. There are times when I go, I don't know, vegan. There actually, yeah, because actually your bean burgers are vegan.
The veggie burgers.
The veggie burgers.
Not
So
bean.
actually, they're not bean.
Not bean.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway,
Soy.
they're soy. So even those which look like meat, taste like meat, and smell like meat actually do taste really damn good. So I'm a very, very well-rounded person. And when I say round, my experiences and my shape also reflect that I enjoy all kinds of foods for the most part, except celery. Celery can go fuck off. Beyond that, I like all food, except celery. That can be tossed to the garbage.
What is it about celery you don't like? Is it the stringy aspect that like
Everything.
taste of it? I hate eating celery and then it like gets stuck between your teeth. It's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, I
This
don't need.
long
I don't
string
need to totally floss.
wedged between your teeth.
I floss, but I don't like to floss while I'm eating. But celery as a whole, cooked, raw,
Doesn't like
chunks, I will taste celery and I would just refuse to eat it and start spooning it. No, celery is the one thing I hate the most. I'd rather have spinach. I'd rather have, which I don't hate spinach. It's just foods that I'm not totally not a fan of, but I'll still eat.
Yeah.
But celery, no, that's a no-go. But meats over a fire, over a grill, over a pan is some of the best fun I could have cooking food.
Yeah.
But over a fire, you get the smoky aspect, especially when the wood is coming from your own backyard.
So there's a say from your own ass for a second there. Especially when the smoke is coming from your own ass.
If I am producing my own wood and it's coming out of my ass, I should be making a ton of money selling wood. Yep. Why does your wood smell? Don't ask questions. That's $5 per bundle of 6. Now buy as many as you want and then get the hell out of here so I can produce more. Then I just start stapling like handles and bundling them up and then putting as I $5 for a 3/6 bundle or something. I don't know. And ass wood.
Good
there
ass.
We go. That's a good ass wood. It's got that nice smoky ass wood.
Dustin's good ass barbecue and foot massage.
Dustin's fabulous foot massage. Dustin's barbecue foot massage. Would you like pizza with celery as a topping? Nope, nothing with celery. Nope. I would rather have anchovies on pizza. I don't mind anchovies. I have to be in the mood for anchovies.
Yeah.
But anchovies on pizza compared to celery, you know what? Not a war crime. Celery on pizza, war crime.
You know what I like on pizza lately?
What?
Chicken and bacon.
Okay.
But still with pizza sauce.
Nice.
It's really good.
So as far as me cooking, I enjoy cooking. Stove, like stovetop, is the most experience I've had cooking. Then there's open flame cooking with a grate. And that's like the second most experience. And then working with the actual oven part of a stove, I don't have as much experience because there's not enough times where I tend to make my own stuff from scratch. Like when I say from scratch, it's kind of a misnomer. It's more like I bought stuff, I'm putting it together. I'm not making sauces from ham bone and making other, additions to make a nice flavor soup flavoring. No, I'm not that fancy. I'm not that smart. I just know how to make food, and I'm just going to do it. Microwave is good for warming up stuff, popcorn, when you just want slightly warm pizza. Because hot out of the oven pizza is amazing. Then when you have leftovers, cold pizza, even better. But when you want just a little bit of warmth on a pizza, oh my God. But then suddenly, somehow, reheating pizza back to temperature that was leftover does not taste the same. Well, I know it tastes the same. Doesn't really turn out as well before. But meats, Hoosk, open flame and a tripod, like a cooking tripod, is going to be a friend. And I have impressed friends over at my place on just cooking stuff over fire because none of them have ever done it. It is incredibly easy. You can't mess it up. It's just really, really fun. And it's healthy because you know why? The grease doesn't collect on an open.
Speaking of grease.
The movie?
No.
Okay.
Somebody at my job today was reheating something. They added canola oil to whatever it was, some chicken or something. I had vegetables today.
Okay.
And when they put it in and nuked it, immediately flame. Like a big tall flame. And they turned it off right away. I don't know what else was in there, but the canola oil reacted
differently, I guess,
to the microwave. So definitely not recommended in the microwave. Fine for stovetop cooking. Life lesson learned.
Oh yeah. So as far as my experiences on what I like to cook with, pretty much stovetop and open fire. Those are my preferred ones. What I like to cook, okay, pizzas, pastas, meats, anything involving cheese, anything involving broccoli, anything involving broccoli and cheese, asparagus, some veggies, Chinese, Mexican, German, Polish, French.
Sometimes you mix two together.
And sometimes I mix them together, and
sometimes
by God, it just tastes amazing.
Uh,
German and Mexican is a good combination. Making German Spätzle with Mexican chorizo and putting Chihuahua sauce or cheese on it is just amazing.
Yep, that's one of your specialties.
Oh, and I haven't made it in a long while, but I kind of want to. We still have lots of Spätzle left.
I should buy
pizzas. Oh yeah. Sandwiches. Club sandwiches. Oh yeah.
What's the Subway,
breakfast foods.
Subway sandwich we used to make.
It was like an Italian special sort of deal.
With the vinegar.
Yep.
Oh my God, what's the dressing called? Balsamic vinegar.
Mm-hmm. That was good.
Yep.
So I'm all over the board when it comes to that, or at least as far as liking food. I'm not generally picky, not as much as I used to. There are certain things I will not eat just out of preference, but I will eat if it happens to be in it. I enjoy seafood. I don't mind shrimp. I can have imitation crab. If I've had crab, I can't remember one, or even lobster. I don't know. I've only been to Red Lobster once growing up. That was in the 90s, and it was just kind of a strange, weird turquoise swoop kind of moment on a wax paper cup.
What is imitation crab, actually?
It's literally made out of crab, and it's substituted into a congealed substance that looks like crab meat. I mean, with seafood, fish, shrimp, some good stuff. Like, give me some shrimp, some cocktail sauce. Oh, yeah. Or even some imitation crab and cocktail sauce or something like that. Mussels, no. There are certain foods, even French foods, I just won't bother to have.
What's the miniature squids? Calamari.
Calamari is good. I actually like calamari. It's like with sushi. I like sushi. Fish, raw or cooked, tastes pretty good. Now, I've talked enough about what I like and how I do things and whatnot, and my creative juices. Let's go to you about your favorite ways of cooking and your favorite things you like to eat when you get the chance.
My veggie burgers.
You are very much a fan of veggie burgers.
I'm not strictly vegetarian or vegan, though. I just like to kind of balance out my diet between, fibrous foods and more fatty foods. Because I feel like a certain degree of fat in your diet and in your body is good.
Yes, you do need variation.
Unlike my good friend Matthew Rossman, who's under 1% body fat and gets sick quite often. I don't remember the last time I got sick. It's been years.
Right.
So I feel like it keeps me healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I keep on rotating between like chicken for days where I'm trying to get gains
Mm-hmm.
because I lift a lot at work, and I do try to work out when I get home sometimes too. Now, because I'm down like 15 pounds from last summer.
Are you under 200?
Yeah, I'm at like 185 now.
That's fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. So, and thank you. A lot of chicken, a lot of onion, a lot of garlic.
Mm-hmm.
Occasional rice is okay. I love your mom's white rice. She does the jasmine rice, which is phenomenal. Great rice.
It's a good quality rice.
It's phenomenal, and it's sticky.
Mm-hmm.
I love a sticky white rice.
Oh yeah. It's actually good when she makes her orange chicken.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And always like some sort of vegetable mixed in there. Beyond that, like I eat a lot of bagged foods because I don't have a lot of time sometimes to cook. I do tend to make stuff for myself, so I have leftovers usually
Right.
for work. But when I don't, I'm buying like organic, gluten-free, like the blue chips, like the blue tortilla chips.
Mm-hmm.
They're organic and gluten-free. They taste phenomenal. They're really good, and they're not so unhealthy. Actually fed them to what's his name was here?
Wolf.
No, Beard.
Oh, Briggs.
No.
Who else had a beard?
Oh my God! What the heck? Ben. When other Ben came over.
Oh, Gordy.
Ben Gordy came over,
Okay.
and he was eating them. And
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He asked for some, and I was like, sure. And then he had some, and then like later on, he asked for some more, and then he asked for some more.
Yeah. I mean, there's actually nothing wrong with a broad variety of diet.
For sure.
You can go from vegan to vegetarianism to meatism to
And then I do my occasional kale, which you don't like, and Italian sausage, and tomato, bean, noodle.
I'm not as I enjoy my soups, but I'm very much a salads kind of person. I do enjoy eating solids more than I do liquids. Liquids for soups, perfect. A combination of the two, ooh, that's pretty rough. I would say ramen. I would be okay with ramen because it's both liquid and
I haven't
solid.
made ramen in a while. I should make ramen again.
Ramen. Oh,
yeah. I do it with just the angel hair pasta, and then like 2 different kinds of broth, 3 different kinds of meat, like bacon, sausage, and what else is in there? Bacon. I keep going to bacon. Bacon's like a go-to. There's something else. And then the hard-boiled eggs in there. And the ramen. And
I'm not talking about pan frying stuff. I either want to make Chihuahua Spätzle chorizo again, or I want to make like some kind of like Asian fried rice, fried noodles kind of mix.
Yeah.
And go to Aldi's and buy myself some shaved beef, so I can like put it on a pan, fry that, mix it around and whatnot. Take that out, put the noodles in, put vegetables, mix it all together, put some sauce, let it soak, let it swim, and then boom, you got some stuff. Who's that one chef that say boom, and then that's Emery, right?
Yeah, the kick it up a notch guy.
Kick it up a notch, yeah.
Yep.
You know, you put some some spatula and boom. Yeah.
Okay.
Him, and then it was the other guy that adds the seasoning like this.
Who was that?
I can't think of his name. He was a big meme like 2 years ago. Everything was just this.
That wasn't
I forget.
have a fucking sausage. That's not what I think it is, right?
No, I don't think so. I can't think of what his name is.
It's not Angry Kitchen Man, right?
No.
No.
He was just like adding pepper, and he was like, "Bleh."
Okay, so since we're still on this subject, and now we're talking about chefs, famous people in the cooking community.
Yep.
I'm just gonna like say a few shows, because while it's never actually influenced how I cook, because I am my own influence. You've seen me how I cook. It gets weird. It's stuff that, yes, it is stuff that you don't really think it would work, and it actually would work. A lot of it's pretty conventional.
Yep.
But there's a lot of weirdness that goes on with me when I cook, but it tastes pretty damn good, surprisingly. But growing up, there was a lot of cooking shows that I liked watching, like Good Eats, Emery Live, Kitchen Impossible,
Hell's Kitchen,
Iron Chef,
The Swedish Chef.
I already said Good Eats.
Yep.
Really all the good shows that teach you kind of the basics on how to cook, how to like mix and match things, how to use certain things and whatnot. Because even if they make one specific dish, there's something about that episode that you can learn on how to do something else. It's not specifically meant for that. Food Network had the best. Yes, they did have the best shows back then.
They did back then.
My favorite moment ever was on Good Eats when the main host. No, it was his wife. It was his wife cutting something on live camera, and then all of a sudden she accidentally grazed her thumb. So on an outtake, no, it was not an outtake. It was on the show, and they went to commercial break. It's like you cut and you and then do, and then do. Elton Brown. Yep.
Who is this?
Diners, Drive-ins, and Dines. Yes, that's like the one time where
I see this. I want to look it up on YouTube.
It's
on there.
It's pretty because next scene she has like a bandaged thumb and whatnot and this and that, and she's okay, but she had an accident cutting stuff.
I've cut myself
too. Yeah, it is Elton Brown. He's a good chef. A show that I like to watch, and a few others regarding not really cooking. There is cooking involved, but the main host of the show doesn't really do much cooking at all, but more observes. King's got one, or Alpha's got one. Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives by Guy Fieri. The guy with the lit up hair.
Yep.
A lot of great scenes from that show too, of him eating stuff that just become a meme. That's a good show on certain holes in the wall, greasy spoon and whatnot of local areas. And when you visit in the area, those are kind of the places where you kind of want to look for. Then there's also Into the Unknown with Anthony Bourdain, which he had, committed suicide. We lost him a few years ago. His show was really good because he went to he'd be in a city for how long?
Who's the YouTube channel that makes all the crazy food?
I don't know. There's so many of them.
There's one where they literally do candy mixed with something else. God, they were huge for a while. Some of it actually sounded good, but some of it was
I don't know.
Crazy.
I genuinely don't know.
I'll have to look them up.
But as far as food, I enjoy food. I enjoy eating food. I enjoy making food because you know that you're anticipating something amazing when you finally take that first bite.
Yeah.
The The thing that I don't mind cleanup, it's when I get the time. It's just at the end of a rough, long day, I have the energy to make the food and eat the food and store the food. Then cleaning up after myself gets hard because holy cow, I don't have that energy. And at that point in the day, I'm thinking about bed.
Yeah.
Which is what pisses my mom off, but she don't understand. Even when I was working at Marsh, working an 8-hour heavy manual labor day, you don't really have much energy in the tank at the end of the day to do other things beyond that.
Yeah.
But I understand, and I don't mind cleaning because it's relaxing. I put on a YouTube video, put on my headphones on, and I just clean, wash, put stuff away. It's not that I won't do it. It's just I don't have the energy after the time I put into stuff. But that's something else.
Yep.
You got anything else food related?
Not really. I mean, stuff comes to mind, but like lately I've been kind of like stuck in a rut of just chicken, pizza, veggie burger, chicken, pizza, veggie burger.
I've been in that rut too.
Not even rut so much as I'm just trying to be cheap and economical and save
practical.
money.
And the beauty of the beauty of noodles, pizzas, chickens, pretty much anything that can be considered practical and can be done up quick.
Yeah.
There's a reason why that it is practical. It's just it don't take much time. It's for whatever the nutritional value could be in it. It's going to give you the necessary energy to get you through whatever and then do it all over again. And it won't take too much time. It won't take too much mess or space when you're done.
Yeah.
And you go about doing your own thing. While that's incredible, it's either A, going to be entirely bland. B, it may not be good for you because eventually, there is not enough variety. But some of these options may not be as healthy as the other. And when you stick to one that is generally just entirely easy to get around,
right.
Once you're getting stuck with that, your body's only getting those sort of things in. Your body can do anything. But when you're stuck in a rut, you might gain weight from foods that may not be entirely healthy, that sustain you, but you may not fully burn out. Or just generally not healthy.
Yeah.
It's like, should you go eat out every night? Well, when I was working 13-hour days for almost 4 months straight, yes. Because you know what? I had no other time. I had no time to cook at home because that took more time away than I wanted to. And all I had to do was just get some person to make my food, and then I'm back home. I eat. I get things ready for bed, and there we go.
Taco truck.
Taco trucks. Those are a good business. Let's actually talk about taco trucks now. We're still talking about food, but that's okay because it's a fun subject. Foodcast, actually. I like taco trucks, but not just taco trucks, but food trucks in general. Because you know why? You find a lot of cool things with food trucks.
And there's nothing better than supporting, especially when it's their own business.
It's a local business, too.
I like supporting local businesses.
And you know what? They come with really good deals. Like the local, now, when I say local taco truck, there's so many good ones that provide a good service. I don't know if there are any Asian taco trucks. Asian food trucks. I'm sure there is. They're probably incredibly rare.
Not in Chicago. I think they're pretty common.
But Mexican food is by far the best when it comes to being mobile. It can be cooked anywhere.
Yep.
And these are hardworking people that definitely want your business, that definitely want your money, but they also want to give you the best that they can provide you to keep coming back. Right. That's the best way to do business, is giving a good amount that you can buy for not a lot of money, which to them procuring the stuff to make that amount is still pretty cheap in their own side of business. Getting your money from is still covering all their costs and probably more, maybe.
Yep.
This is a fantastic deal. You get a warm meal that costs, let's say, a taco dinner or a burrito dinner might cost you $9-10. Comes with the side, comes with your rice, beans. They'll throw in a variety of hot sauces that you can ask for if you wanted mild or hot. And they give you quite a good amount. It's always tasty. I've never had complaints. Getting into horchata, which I am now addicted because the Poos showed me horchata, and I've never had it before. And now that's all I drink when I'm at a Mexican restaurant because, oh my God, is it tasty?
Yeah.
I just want a fountain, like a fountain of youth, but it's just horchata, and it's just never ending, and I just keep drinking from it.
There's rice water, and cinnamon.
Could that be made?
Yeah.
This house is going to be nothing but horchata. But taco trucks and food trucks, I think it is the best way to support your local businesses that definitely need your help, especially during this time. We're not fully out of the pandemic. But
You know, they talked about 2 stores just closed because of pandemic.
yeah, see, that sucks.
We lost. There was not lost. There's 50 people sick at the Franklin store.
Go in Walmart?
Yeah. So they closed that store down.
Wait. Walmart stores are closing down?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
In Franklin, Wisconsin?
Yes.
Wow, in my dad's neighborhood.
Yep. Ask him next time you talk to him if that store's even open anymore. Apparently, they just closed last week.
Really?
Which is the worst time of the year to be closing a store, right around Christmas, New Year's.
I'm actually surprised that Walmart, of all places, are actually closing down.
Yep.
You know what I've also heard?
What?
Not to detract from the food topic, because food is just fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Especially when they're on the go. It's especially fun to keep an eye out for them on their social medias. Oh, yeah. And a lot of the food trucks just stay in one spot. And people will go to that one spot for that particular food truck because we're all creatures of habit. And the best taco trucks are always in New Berlin and in West Dallas. Plus, they just have really tasty food. Yep. But about things, the pandemic and such like that, I don't know how Black Friday was this year. Was it insane?
Yeah. Because most stores, what they do now is they have a weekend deal or a Friday deal every weekend leading up to Black Friday.
Oh, so that just
So
curtails it.
Right, it curtails it. So it's not all happening at one specific day, which is really smart.
Where you have 4 Fridays in a month to get all your shopping.
It completely disperses like the craziness for getting
people
these
aren't assholes to each
deals.
Other. I think too, for like liability reasons.
Yeah,
I think a lot of
employees
stores
getting stampeded because of customers
being trampled to death because TVs and microwaves and such like that. Which honestly is not worth your death.
It definitely is.
And you have to wonder that if it's company negligence that, unintentional homicides.
I'm glad that we're out of that craziness anyway.
I have been told that Black Friday may not be a thing in the Black Fridays to come, where eventually more and more companies might just simply say, hey, look, around this time, we're just going to have discount Fridays.
Yeah.
Or may not even do it at all. They'll still have discounts, but it'll be just throughout the year and such.
I don't know where it even came up. I mean, it came up during my, teenage years is when Black Friday came about. Like the late 80s, early 90s is when it really started.
I don't know.
People started deciding that the day after Thanksgiving was the day to go shopping.
And get trampled.
I worked at a Target when I was 18 years old.
When you were a young boots.
And I watched these people, these adults, sprinting to get to the electronics area. We had 2 doors. One was down here right next to the electronics department. The other door was way down the other side of the store. So what they would do is they would unlock this door first. And then right when they were getting close to the other entryway, they opened the other door. So then both crowds would boom, like hit and then like come back down. so that nobody got there
Yeah.
first. They all got there together. How irresponsible. I remember staying there as a cashier watching these idiots run through here and just thinking, what is wrong with you people? And the funniest thing about it is most of the time they were buying stuff for themselves.
Oh yeah.
They weren't even buying gifts for other people. They were just buying it for them.
It's like as a bus driver seeing Black Friday deals and such, or even stimulus money spent. A lot of it got spent on stuff that people probably didn't need and probably were planning on selling online
Yeah. Oh
for
yeah.
more money.
That's definitely a thing too.
At that point,
Shame on those
why
people.
should you be buying a TV at the same cost when you just buy a TV yourself?
Shame on those people. Shame. Those are the same people that that bought toilet paper and then resold it during the first weeks of pandemic.
Yeah.
They were making money off of other people's.
I'm actually surprised they made money while they did.
They're-
Until eventually, toilet paper supply caught
Yeah.
up.
They were making money off of other people's inability to get out to the stores.
Actually, that'd be the only reason why that would happen is that there are people that order stuff online
Yep.
that they don't have a choice.
They were selling toilet paper for like $90
No.
per bundle.
At that point, no.
And people were paying that money because they didn't think they could get it anywhere. Because
you know what I
you
would
would go
do?
into a store and there just wouldn't be any.
I would shit at work because I'm pretty certain that they'll have toilet paper there,
Yep.
provided that there's toilet paper.
Yep.
Then, if I wanted to shit at home, if not a single roll of toilet paper ever existed ever again, I'll just take a quick shower and then I'd wipe my ass.
Yeah.
And now we're back on that subject of why straight people. Oh, no. You know what? Straight people, you don't get to have any toilet paper because you know why? You don't wipe your ass anyway.
We just came full circle.
We came full circle on this whole conversation.
And somehow it's all based off of shit.
It's all based. This is a shitty show.
This should just be a shit cast.
I mean, like normally this is a shitty show, but this is an actual shitty show.
And I'm going to say I have to go soon because I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, see?
And I have to get out of suit to do that. I don't have a shithole.
Just make a shithole.
There's a piss.
Just make an incision, whoop, and it's like a torpedo tube.
Get the scissors. We'll install a new zipper.
So you got a zipper down there, but now you got a zipper over here. Are you trying to be kinky?
It should just be a zipper all the way
Around.
up the back.
Yeah. It's like those fursuits or those pet suits
I
that have a U zipper. It's like, man,
My
they're
pet
splitting
suit has-
themselves in half.
My pet suit has a zip that goes from here all the way.
To the back. You may as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you may
you
as
have
well.
access to both things.
You may as well, yeah.
Same with the pup singlet that I bought. This is very loud material, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear this?
I just have a feeling that Black Friday won't really mean a thing
It
because
won't. It's over. It's already
I
dead.
think people in the last 2 years to think that the very first account of COVID was the first or second week of January of 2020. But we didn't really take it seriously till March. But it'll be 2 years next month. In fact, it'll be 2 years in 2 days.
Yep.
Enough people have woken up. Now, yeah, there's kind of a trend of woke people, and everyone goes through a moment where they feel woke and say, "Wait a minute, why have I been doing this? Why am I wiping my ass with toilet paper when I can go into nature and wipe my ass with a spotted owl?"
That poor owl.
That poor owl. I mean, just flying in a shit stain and just streaks and smells, and no one wants to be by it. So,
Hey man, you smell like shit.
correct. there are a lot of people who are reevaluating things in life, not just themselves, but the world around them, right? A lot of people are not back at work. You know what? I say keep doing it because you know why? It makes my life a living hell for the time being, but hey, this society that we live in is pretty crappy. And shitcast, but it is actually legitimately crappy. There are low wages. We should be paying people $15 minimum. Okay? Now, healthcare that's affordable that covers a quite wide variety of maladies, but also, of course, the pre-existing conditions, which, should always be covered. But conditions in life as you grow old, they should be covered too. Why should that alone matter? Now, 3 weeks paid vacation at any job guaranteed. I believe we're at a time in our own society that there are far too many people working themselves to death to stay at a company to get time off. Granted, 1 year in. We really need to give people just time off just to survive. Even if it means it's them time off to start working at another job, because there are people that take time off to work more hours than another job,
Yep.
which I don't know why you'd want to do that, but okay. But 2 weeks is okay, all right. But 3 weeks, that's plenty of time for any person in this country to just do what the hell they want, to get away, to do what they wish that they want to do, and then go from there. Well, what about the people who have been at a company for 30 years and blah? Give them 5 weeks. Give them 6 weeks. Give them as much time off. Because you know what? That encourages companies to hire more people.
Yeah.
Which means less unemployment for those. If an entire workforce is always gone on vacation, that just means you hire more people. There we go.
What is it called when you leave a company and they basically pay you like a severance?
A pension.
No, it's a different thing. It's not pension, something else. They pay you like a severance fee or like a severance to like retire early.
Perhaps. I'm not sure what that would be.
Walmart was offering it. Get
Really?
this. This lady, she works in our fitting room.
Yeah.
She basically is the operator for all phone calls coming in the store.
Oh, so the call center.
Yes.
That's a tough job.
Yes.
That's a really tough job.
Yes,
I would
it
not
is.
want to do it.
And I tell her all the time that I love when she like gets on people for picking up phone calls, especially managers, because she'll get on there and she'll say, customer is still waiting online, whatever, for a manager.
Oh,
like,
and to get on their
yeah,
ass.
and I'm like, get him. Because
get him, Tiger.
Get him, Tiger. Because when they say produce, you have a phone call, I'm already on the phone. Like I'm on top of that shit. Whatever it is, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I will go get the phone call. Because I don't want to be one of those people that it keeps getting bounced back to them. And I know
Right.
how it sucks to have to sit there on hold for 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Just to find out if somebody has strawberries or something.
See, no, that's not worth the wait.
So this lady does this, and I forget her name, but I love her to death. I would probably know it if I worked with her more often, but I just don't. I see her in passing,
Mm-hmm.
but I know who she is. She was going to retire a month ago. 3 weeks before she retired, they killed the program, so she wasn't going to get any money.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that,
in essence, pension or whatever it is, some sort of severance. She should have took it when she had the chance before, but she wanted to work an extra month or two because of the holiday season. So they killed it 3 weeks before she was going to quit.
here's my thought about that.
Number one, perfect example of how shitty Walmart is as a company.
My thought with that.
And this is somebody who's been working with the company for 25, 30 years.
Even worse. So,
Yeah.
what I'm understanding, You get whatever severance pay for forcing yourself to retire.
Yep.
But you get paid extra in return every month from Walmart.
Yep.
Even if you did that before the deadline,
Mm-hmm.
what is Walmart to say that they're not doing that, even if you did retire on time?
Yeah.
Because you know what? Companies can cease to exist,
Yeah.
and they won't give you shit.
That's right.
I think she was screwed regardless.
Yeah, she was.
I think even if she retired 2 months early and got it for 2 months, that program, I think any person who was on that program no longer got any money anymore. I am more convinced if you're going to be cutting it from anyone in the future.
Well, the thing with that is those payouts are not coming from the company itself.
Oh, it's like dividends or something.
Yeah. So it's
okay. So then there might be a chance where
so
you could
if
get
you
that.
had elected to do it before that cutoff period, you'd still be getting the payouts. Even if Walmart ceases to exist, you still get those payouts. But now, because they changed the rules up, because that's what companies like Walmart does.
It's whatever way to not have to pay more people money.
Right. Yep. They're
See,
cheap.
that's
And you know who's really deciding that? Inevitably,
stockbrokers.
No, not just.
Really.
This is coming down from
the family,
from Sam's kids that own the company.
Wow, the Waltons.
The Waltons. How much more money can we get out of this company? They've
made a lot of money.
They're literally using this company as a cash cow for themselves.
See, Walmart could be such an amazing company.
It could, if it was run correctly.
And it was run more professionally, and it actually gave a shit about its workers. Then, if they gave a shit about their workers, who would then in turn give a shit about their jobs.
Yep.
They would be the highest watermark as far, or like the benchmark as far as retail grocery shopping.
It could be a better company. It could be such a better company. It wouldn't be the butt of everyone's joke.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be the who got in a fight at a Walmart this weekend, which really is what it comes down to. We're the world's
laughing stock as far as
laughing stock. I call it the what do you call it? The thing you wipe your feet on before you walk into a house.
Doormat.
Doormat. We're the world's doormat, basically. Yeah. Which is why I'm not going to stick around too long and won't ever take a position higher than what I'm at right now.
Right.
Because it's just not worth it. I see those managers go in there, they're like zombies, especially the nighttime managers.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because they just give zero fucks. They're literally just there going through the motions, collecting a paycheck.
I do like Target.
They're pretty much run the same as Walmart.
They are, but at least they seem like less.
It's dressed better. It was a really crappy company. I told you I worked for Target for a while. Remember, I saw the Black Friday goings on. When I first started there, they played a video for me that every new hire gets played, which tells them
don't join a union.
Unions are bad for the company. Don't join a union. If somebody comes up to you after you get hired, make sure you say no to unions.
When actually a union protects your
ass. It was a 10-minute video, 10-minute propaganda video that basically was telling me not to join a union.
Meijer isn't any better. However, they still got more soul and appearance than Walmart will ever have.
Yeah.
If there's one store that I would rather like to support, although their prices are a bit expensive, as that you've noticed, but they have a wide variety of different things.
Yeah.
Is Woodman's.
Yeah.
And I think Woodman's might be a Wisconsin company. I'm not sure.
I have to look.
And if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. But I think Woodman's has an amazing liquor section. As far as like beers, liquors, wines, all sorts of things. They have local manufactured stuff. Even Discount Liquor has a lot of local microbreweries.
Yeah.
So does Woodman's. Actually, they'll carry the same thing. So it's just actually really, really cool.
Yep.
If they would take more credit card, because they only do debit or cash.
Yeah.
Except unless you have a Discovery card, then you can do credit, I believe. But I'd rather go to Woodman's. Would rather go to Meijer, but there's not many Meijers around here. In
No,
fact, the
there's not.
closest Meijer there is in Franklin, which is where my dad shops.
Brown Deer.
There's one there.
We have a Walmart there too. Apparently, it's one of the worst Walmarts in Wisconsin.
I wouldn't be surprised because I pick up people there.
It's a pretty bad area, from what I
Yeah,
understand.
It's Brown Deer's not bad, but that Walmart is pretty rough.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories from people that have gone to help there.
Brown Deer, the neighborhood isn't that bad, but it is run like shit.
I'm gonna say we should end this.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually pretty good time.
Yeah. We're a little almost 2 hours.
And plus 2, if you're watching right now. So tomorrow at some time in the afternoon when I get back home from work, me, Ricky Maitigi, and our friend Commander Wolf, who might possibly bring a friend of his from his local Amazon plant.
Oh, really?
We might. Well, it's not might. It will be a.
That's another bad company, by the way.
Amazon's a bad company.
I love
Commander
buying
Wolf,
stuff from there, but
Commander Wolf can say a lot about that.
Oh,
I don't want to
God.
support it, but there's a lot of things that I could buy cheaper, and again,
know.
cheaper. There.
That's the thing. I didn't start using Amazon until the other websites that I was buying video games from got shut down one by one
because of Amazon's
because
prices.
of Amazon's prices.
They,
So I was
they
like,
just can't
well,
compete.
I'll get video games from Amazon. And then I started realizing, hey, they have more than video games here at Amazon.
Yeah. So in this case, while we're still on the air,
Yep.
This is December 30th, 2021, which means tomorrow is the last year of 2021.
Last day.
The last day.
Yes. Last year.
You might be going somewhere else tomorrow.
I might be.
You might be going to a local party.
I might be going to a New Year's party.
So that's actually fun. I wasn't planning on doing much anyway, so I was planning on staying home.
I've already been told that I'm not allowed to show up in pet suit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because of the stripping game.
Well, I don't know.
Because that one time when you did strip down.
I stripped down.
So if you only wore the pet suit, that'd be the only thing left, and you would win because no one else can go farther beyond you besides pet suit. So Kurdan won't be here tomorrow night.
And won't be naked tomorrow night.
And won't be naked tomorrow night. But I will have guests to bring in the new year. So I'm hoping this will go on well into the night. So it might be a multi-hour event. I might literally do a 2 to 4 hour live stream, as long as it takes to get to midnight, until I get people over, get things set up, order maybe a few pizzas and whatnot to keep us going through. Then we're going to bring in the new year Zooming Hoosk podcast style and just talk about stuff, talk about the year, talk about the next year, talk about shit. So tomorrow, if you're watching this tonight, you can look forward to another episode tomorrow to bring in the new year. If you're not celebrating it with anyone else, with any parties, friends or family, you got nowhere else to go, you can more than welcome hang out with us while we bring in the new year in this basement. Because, of course, that's just how we run. No TV to watch the ball drop. No, we're just going to just kind of do this.
Drop balls yourselves.
We're actually going to drop balls. We're going to be dropping our own balls. So tune in tomorrow. I don't know when. I'll let you know on the Twitter of when that podcast is going to drop. And then we're going to run it as long as we can. If it starts at 8 o'clock, we'll start at 8 o'clock. If it starts at 6, holy cow, that's 6 hours.
Ugh,
that'd be a long time.
Be brutal.
That's going to be brutal.
At that point, people will be snoozing.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm expecting to start around 8 o'clock, just to do even 4 hours from there, and then at that point people are going to start passing out.
Yep.
So do expect that. So a podcast special per se. You have some guests, maybe a new face, and just rubbish. So anyway,
Well,
actually, this is what?
I like this. I don't know if you've noticed the suit design.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
it is nice.
This one leg goes up here. It can be down here, and it can be up here.
And I see that this leg travels down all the way into the inner thigh, as I just touched his inner thigh.
Does it stop there, or does it come back
I
around?
have no idea. Yes, it does. It actually
No, it comes back up.
it actually comes back up, so it becomes it becomes part of the other ass. Okay.
So it's fully.
It comes full circle.
It comes full circle.
Anyway, I think we should probably formally end
spider
this.
butt.
That's an ass.
And spider ass.
My God. And whoever Alpha, you just came back. You're now looking at ass. There we go. All right.
Adjustments.
I'm so glad this is not.
And ooh,
okay.
that would
So-
be that's what Jasmine Masters sat on his balls
Oh boy.
during one of
What
this.
was that? Oh, that's good. All right. So in this case, this has been another episode of the Zooming Who's podcast, and I'm your host, Dustin Husky.
I'm Kurdan Sour Spider.
And we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see Kurdan next week.
Yeah.